Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast. I'm Santi, that's Sancho, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, we were not able to get any New York Knicks players to be part of this episode. Unfortunately, we are not as cool as the WWE. We weren't able to get Big Cat Karl Anthony Towns. We weren't able to get the King of New York, Jalen Brunson. Hey, I'm walking here. So we do, from the bottom of our hearts, sincerely apologize that the first 25 minutes and last 25 minutes of this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast will not be entirely focused on us or farming with the New York Knicks players. For that, we are so sorry.
Can you imagine being me, a dedicated Spurs fan, lifelong Spurs fan, who's been a Spurs fan since I was a wee child, watching this all over again?
Dude, that would have you were kind of forced to relive,
yes,
like the misery of the end of June again.
I just wish Wemby came out instead of Tyrese Halliburton. Imagine if Wemby came out, the biggest, tallest NBA player. Well, I mean, most like prominent NBA.
Wemby is the least scary physical human being on the planet. The man looks like he's built out of pipe cleaners. Okay,
bam.
He ain't threatening anybody. Is he an amazing basketball player? Yes, but he ain't scary, brother. He looks like Slender Man, if anything. All right.
He did dress up as Slender Man once. For
that makes sense. Oh, he's got the build. He's got the Slender Man build. That is not a compliment.
I have to say this, though. As much as I understand what they were trying to do, it is the backyard of the WWE. Roman Reigns says it's a hometown. I get it. But the thing is, if the Spurs won, this wouldn't have happened. Wemby, you had an opportunity to save us. We were right there. And now, because the NBA Knicks, the New York Knicks, 50, 60 plus years, never going to happen. Top franchise. We could have been saved.
Yeah, I guess to explain context to people, because obviously there were so many people upset about this segment, and a lot of them, almost all of them, were the non-Knicks fans, right? This was so focused for Knicks fans, but it is worth pointing out for those that are maybe international, that don't follow the NBA, don't care about the NBA, that the Knicks are a big deal. Like in the world of sports, it is one of the biggest sporting franchises in the world, one of the biggest markets in the world, in the New York metropolitan area. It is a massive, massive deal that the New York Knicks won the NBA title. Massive, enormous, like 50 something years. I get it. If my question to you, Sancho, is, had the Spurs won, do you think that we would have gotten something like this with the Spurs, or is this because it's the Knicks?
Let's go to San Antonio and have this whole celebration at the Frost Bank Center. Yeah, and then have Wemby stand next to Roman to make him look like a wee child. Let's do that. Yeah. Because didn't that mess up your mind when you had Jalen Brunson, who is a guard in the NBA, stand next to Roman, and they're the exact same size?
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's kind of insane. The whole news cycle was that Jalen Brunson is too undersized and too small to lead a team to a championship, and he's as tall, as big as Roman Reigns. That's funny, actually. That is kind of mind-bendy.
It messed up with my mind, but what's interesting is, like, you got basically two ways of getting integration from the NBA and WWE. The one, clone Cathausen, whatever you want to call it. Remember, that's a clone, dude.
That's not the real. Yeah, that's not the real one.
No, that is a clone. What happens to it when it goes away? Does it just like?
Oh yeah.
Away?
What am I allowed to do to clones? Where's your brain going? Well, I'm like, could I play like chess with them? Like, would they be as good as the original
way you
play?
Said it was not a chess game.
What could I do to that clone?
With those,
what that clone mouth do?
No. Can we just go back to the recording that we had that failed? No, Santi. No, bad Santi. But you had that Danhausen match, which I thought should have closed. It was the Danhausen miss on Mania moment. And then you have the heavy-handed hand over fist. Let me just beat you over the head with, hey, look how cool we are in the NBA and the WWE. We are awesome. Main event segment with the OTC and Jalen Brunson.
Here's my quick question about the Saturday night's main event that we got. I felt like, prior to the stuff that happened at the end with Jalen Brunson and Roman Reigns, that it was a pretty standard Saturday night's main event that would have ended in a really awesome way, in a great tag team match with 4 top guys from Friday Night SmackDown, with championship implications going into SummerSlam, with a championship match being created going into SummerSlam and Nick Aldis versus Gunther. I think it would have been a great way to end the show. My question to you, Sancho, is, and this might anger a couple of the Knicks fans out there, would this have been better, just as an episode of Saturday night's main event, had the Knicks not won the NBA title? And I mean that as a question, because a lot of people are pointing to the Knicks stuff as the WWE is dead, all this celebrity stuff, I hate it, this yada, yada, yada. But I'm not seeing anybody talk negatively about New World Women's Tag Team Champions. I'm not seeing anybody talk negatively about that main event. I'm not seeing anybody talk negatively about the fantastic coming out party for Lyra Valkyria. All of the negativity surrounding the show is around the stuff that happened with the New York Knicks players. I like the cat stuff, but I'm telling you, that is part of the negativity still.
Who could hate on that? Did you see how he came out?
He came out. In general, don't like the celebrity stuff is what I'm getting at there. Okay, fine. Keep your cat housing stuff.
Yeah, dude, he came out with a clone machine and he threw it in.
My question stands. Would this have been better if the Knicks didn't win the NBA title?
Did you see that choke slam?
It was nasty. Yeah.
It's like he got up there. I was like, oh, and that's all high you can go. Oh, you can go higher.
I loved it. They called it the slam dunk choke slam. It's nice.
That was kind of nice. It's a lot better than the T-bomb. That's stupid. Stop using that. Just call it the Tala choke slam. You know what I'm saying? See, you didn't even know that was Tala's move.
I didn't know what you're talking about, bro. I didn't know what you're talking about. The T-bomb?
The T-bomb. Especially with Joe Tessor. Oh, the T-bomb.
That's such a good Joe Tess impression. It actually was.
Oh, Wade. No, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, that's the thing that WWE is trying to capitalize. It's so funny because I called this out in my review for Saturday's main event on my YouTube channel, was that it's funny when the WWE does have the ability to turn the ship, to capture that lightning in the bottle, to take advantage. But when they don't, when they're so stubborn and they go, oh, we can't, we already have this plan. Because all this was happening, Saturday's main event was on the calendar, and then all of a sudden the Knicks win the NBA Finals, and now they made everything different. Like, let's go ahead and shoehorn all the Knicks into our Saturday's main event. I do think cat housing was part of the plan, because that didn't have any finals implications. We're going to have Karl Anthony Townsend, our big man, come out and do the choke slams. But winning the finals, now you have the Jalen Brunson thing, who was literally coming off a wrist surgery, and he couldn't get any physical thing in the ring. So that's what frustrated me, Santi. Is like, you're telling me that you can't change plans on a dime, and you literally just did.
Now, is that changing plans on a dime? Or because were these even really plans that were being changed? And I say this because the Seth Rollins stuff that happened in that main event felt very it only mattered on that night. It didn't actually impact the plans going into SummerSlam. Like, is this changing plans, or is this just adding to the existing plans just to add a little extra seasoning to that show?
It was a go-home show. It was a dark match. It was a dark segment. It was just for the New York crowd.
But it wasn't. So we can't treat it as such. So
that's what I
keep telling people. Like, dude, there are so many people in my... Okay, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, okay? Stick with me.
Let me go ahead.
Yeah, my review of Saturday night's main event, I said that. I literally led with that. And so many people in the comments section were saying, well, this was for the New York fans. This was for the people in attendance. You can't be mad about that. Yes, I can. They aired it to me. I saw it. It was for me. It wasn't good for me. If I'm able to watch it, it is made for me. It's made for all of us. It's made for the people in India. It's made for the people in Australia. It's made for the people in the UK. It's made for the people in San Antonio. It's made for the people all over the world. If I saw it, it's for me. There's a difference whether it's for me and a difference as to whether I didn't like it. Those are two different things. I didn't like it, okay? It was for me. I didn't like what was presented towards me, okay? So this, like, oh, it was for the people in New York. Shut up. It was aired for me. my other thing, Sancho, and oh dear Lord, I cannot believe there are this people that are this brain dead in the community that have the gall to say when they click on a review video, Sancho, if you click on a review for a movie, okay, what do you expect the minimum for that person to have done to have given you the opinion on that movie?
Whether you should go see it or not.
No, not their opinion. What is the minimum thing that they need to have done to be able to give an opinion on that movie?
See it.
See it. So when I get comments of, well, if you didn't like it, why didn't you just turn it off? Motherfucker, I'm reviewing it. My job is to review it. My job is to tell you what I like from beginning to end. If you click on a movie review and in the middle of the review, I said, I was kind of bored by it, so I left. So I'm going to give it a 0 out of 10. I didn't watch the whole movie. I can't give you an opinion on it. You should have just turned it off if it wasn't for you. One, if it's the main event, how am I supposed to know it's not for me? Air quotes. Sorry that I thought that the main event segment of a show was worth watching. Sorry for thinking I should continue to watch the show. Oh, it wasn't for you. Yes, it was. If it was televised for me, it was meant for me. Oh, you should have turned it off. My job is to review the damn thing. My job is to watch the whole thing. And my job is to tell you whether I liked it or didn't like it. I didn't like it. Oh, it wasn't made for you. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I just didn't like it. Was it made for? Yes, it was. It was aired for me. It was aired for you. It was for all of us.
You know why you didn't like it? Because it was the WWE trying to be cool. That is when WWE it's worse when you're trying to be cool. Because what made WrestleMania 39 and 40 such an exhilarating ride is that wrestling finally became cool. It was cool to watch Roman and the Bloodline and The Rock and Cody. It was fascinating to see all the celebrities get redrawn back into the fold. You know, we had Fluffy for the longest time, but now we got Jelly Roll. Now we're getting more celebrities getting themselves involved in the product. And now TKO, we're like, okay, the expansion is happening naturally and organically, but now it's them going like, look how cool we are. We could have our WWE superstar hold up an NBA trophy that he didn't earn and do anything for because he is also acknowledging the King of New York.
Dude, okay. Sports traditionalists here. Sacrilege that it's because it's not just Roman, by the way. They let Ben Stiller take photos with the championship. They let a bunch of celebrities take photos with the championship. Sacrilege. Do you remember the internet shitstorm when Salt Bae like forced himself and took the World Cup and held it? And when they did, So the 2022 World Cup, Salt Bae grabbed the World Cup and held it over his head during an on-pitch celebration. It's like, no. You don't get to touch that. Celebrities don't get to hoist the Stanley Cup. That's not how that is. He didn't put any salt on it, but it definitely created a lot of salty people when he touched that trophy. That should be for the people that earned it, the people that won it, for the people that put in the effort to get to that title. Not Roman, but
you didn't see Roman in there in the fourth quarter, dude? Did you hit that jumper?
Yeah, that's a sports traditionalist in me though. But it is honestly they don't care with that in the NBA with the Knicks. They're letting friggin' Ben Stiller of all people hold it. Although he's a great actor.
Well, shout out to Timothy Chalamet. What is it? Chalamet?
Yeah, it's Timothy Chalamet.
He said he didn't want to hold it for that reason.
Yeah.
Shout out to, you know what I
mean? He said that? Yeah, he gets it. You're not supposed to grab that thing. That's not yours.
Did you know that he started off his career as a YouTuber making Xbox modded controllers?
I did. Yeah, I did. That's sick. Yeah.
Oh, the places where we go. But I'm hoping that the WWE learned its lesson that they had a great way of doing it, a natural way to do it with Cathausen. And then when they try to do it this way, it just fell flat in his face. I think where if it wasn't SummerSlam right around the corner, I think we would be a little bit more easier on this. If this wasn't like literally off the back of one of the great promos between Roman and Seth Rollins.
Good old quarterback. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Yeah, Jim, here's a guy. Look, the if it wasn't off the back of all that stuff, it wasn't so close to that, I think we wouldn't be so like I guess what's the word I'm looking for? We wouldn't analyze it so harshly. But that's the thing. It's like when you have a product in the WWE that wants you to be engrossed in it, immersed in it, and then they ask you to don't be immersed in everything and turn your brain off. It's like, well, that ruins the immersion. You know what I mean? That ruins the immersion of having these outside, like, why Tyrese is with Rollins? Why is this happening? Why is Jalen and like, what do you mean? How does
That's
this
why they shouldn't have aired. That piece right there, Sancho, that shouldn't have aired. I'm with you in everything that you're saying here. Dude, look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us
Look
right
at
now.
us. But someone says it's like we're harsh on the product and we critique the product, but it's not necessarily that I see the moves that the WWE is making and I understand why they did it, but I think what the WWE is forgetting is how they got to this newfound popularity, how they got it to a lot of people who are newly invested in WWE and WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40. It wasn't shoehorning celebrities into everything that they did. The celebrities were part of it, but they were all on the outside. They were always in the stands. But wrestling got cool because they did things on their own and they put their wrestlers on a pedestal. They didn't try to put themselves elbow to elbow with the Tom Brady's of the world, with the Jalen Brunsons and Tyrese. Like when Tyrese was involved 2 years ago, whenever that was with LA Knight and who was on the other side who was with Tyrese, because it was LA Knight and Jalen. And
those were the two.
No, there was who was the fourth dude in there?
There was no fourth dude.
There was a fourth dude.
It was Tyrese Halliburton and Logan Paul. And,
okay, there it is. Logan.
Sorry, that's who you're talking about. Okay, I thought you
meant
another Paul, right? NBA player.
Yeah, so that was like, it was low stakes. But it's interesting when you see a company put the main of, like, if those guys show up at SummerSlam, boy oh boy, yikes.
Part of me, most of me, wants to believe there's no way in hell. But then there's that part of me that's like, the Green Goblin in me. The itsy bitsy spider went up the spider well. Ha, Santi, don't you remember WrestleMania 42? You think that they won't do this to you? You think that they won't ruin the main event between two guys with lots of history with one another? Wake up, Santi. Wake up and smell the coffee. That's the Green Goblin in me telling me that there's a possibility that Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton are going to get involved in this SummerSlam main event. The normal side of me, the sane side still. What's his name? What's the dad? He's the
William Dafoe's character?
Yeah, William Dafoe's character. I can't remember his name.
I gotta look it up because Stark Industries is in my mind.
It's in my mind's eye.
See, like, this is where we did before Google, everybody.
Yes.
This is what we did before AI. We just sat around in circles.
I have Wayne Industries stuck in my head. Obviously, it's not Wayne Industries.
Yeah, I have Stark Industries. Oh my God.
This is crazy. That's just bothering me. I don't want to Google it. We'll remember it later on in the show.
I'll keep thinking.
But the normal side of me.
Wait. Harry's a son.
Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Osborn Industries.
Osborn Industry, but that's not his name. Harry. He's not Harry. He's his dad. Mr. Osborn.
Mr. Henry Hank Osborn. Phil Osborne, John Osborne.
We're just throwing names out there. Mr. Osborne, the Mr. Osborne in me says there's no way. They won't make that mistake again. And with how odd it was how they booked Seth Rollins to be kind of the weaselly heel here, it feels like it's this non-canon, send the crowd home happy, not supposed to be taken seriously, especially with how they followed it up on Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins going back to his normal character and no seeming mention of anything that happened at Saturday night's main event from Seth Rollins. That's also why it felt like such a dark segment that shouldn't have aired, but it did air at the end of the day.
I just hear that line. He made this from scraps in a cave in a desert.
Wrong rich guy in a metal suit.
Iron Man 1. Oh my God.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah. Oh,
it's bothering me too much.
That itch, man, that fiend in you, dude. The fiend in you. What does it say? What is William Dafoe's character? Is it Henry, Harry, Sebastian?
Sebastian Norman. Come on, we knew that.
We were there.
You were saying more generic white dude names. You were never gonna get the Norman.
Norman Osborn. Speaking of which, what'd you think about that Doomsday trailer, dude? What do you think about that?
I mean,
that little wiggle in your pickle.
Yeah. The pickle be wiggling.
Okay.
I liked it. I'm interested. Okay. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay.
But you ain't gonna get me to watch the entirety of like all the phases of the MCU. The only one that I haven't watched that I do want to watch is Shang-Chi. Haven't seen that, but I've heard it's very good.
Good one.
I've heard it's a good one. So I will make time to watch that one beforehand, considering he was in the trailer. So okay, I'm gonna watch that.
Going up against about to make a name of myself.
Funny enough, no Spider-Man in that trailer.
When he said I've been ready before the day I came out of my daddy, he said something stupid like that. I can't believe freaking Channing Tatum's in the MCU. Okay, he's in the MCU. He's in. Yeah, I don't think about Doomsday and all the Avengers. It's like, how many times can they keep doing this? You know, bringing back the band together type of thing. It's so interesting. It's like when things are down, when they try to build up superstars beyond the big four, right? They brought them all back. Thor's back, Robert Downey's back, and Chris Evans is back, as seemingly people think it's Captain Hydra that's there, but I don't know. The whole thing is, it's like, hey, do you feel that some people felt like it was soulless with all the CGI and it's another Marvel
I felt
movie.
A little bit of that.
Feel a little bit of that. It was like all these people are just standing on a green
all of those like
stage.
AI, like the leaked Doomsday trailer.
Yeah.
Those look just as good as this.
Oh, you got a little taste of that.
Yeah,
you got a little taste of that. It's interesting because it's like, did you watch Fantastic Four? Are you caught up on all that too?
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched like the recent ones. I thought Thunderbolts was okay. Fantastic Four was okay. Guardians 3 is amazing. There's stuff to like, but like just Thor: Love and Thunder and Ant-Man Quantumania alone killed me. What is the Ant-Man Quantumania of WWE in 2026 so far?
It has to be Brock beating John, though, right? That I mean, I know that's not 2026.
Yeah,
but
sure. Yeah, that's in the last year.
It's WrestlePalooza, dog.
Yeah, and not a Mania, but a Palooza. Okay, that definitely was a big old stinker. I don't know, man. I kind of go back to I have to go back to just all of WrestleMania 41. Sorry, 42. The whole of WrestleMania 42.
Oh, the Admania.
I think Admania was what really set the precedent for the rest of the year. It's the show that made me start putting on a match counter to see how long the matches are. You know, like
match timer.
Yeah. Like, how long was this? Was this more than 6 minutes this time? It made me open my eyes to things that I shouldn't be aware. You know, like the business side of wrestling, it should almost feel invisible. You know, it should feel non-intrusive, but it's become highly intrusive. And you can add celebrity involvement to that business side of wrestling because it's intrusive now as opposed to additive.
It's the Chipotle effect.
Tell me,
you started noticing the servings a little bit smaller. You started noticing that the prices are a little bit higher. You started noticing like the quality is a little bit different. Why these chips are not fresh? These chips are a little bit stale. But you know, why am I here? Why do I keep showing up? Because it's my ritual. It's my habit.
It's part of a habit, brother.
It's my part of a routine, man. I gotta enjoy my.
I'd be curious. Can WWE get so bad that it breaks the habit, that it breaks the routine? We might not be there because of how ingrained we are with this being our job, right? I don't know.
We're barnacles, dude.
Yeah, we're stuck, bro. We're stuck. We're parasites in the world of the WWE now.
Well, I thought I'd be more of that bird on the rhino. It's a little bit more friendly.
Okay. Yeah.
A little more. You're like, we're like Venom. We're the symbiote.
But I think for the more casual audience, I mean, we saw the World Cup take away a lot of viewers from WWE. So clearly, when there's other stuff that's going on that's more pressing, more important, better, whatever it might be, that alone will break the habit of the typical WWE viewer. But can WWE themselves, can they be so bad as to break the habit? Some might say, too big to fail, impossible, not going to happen. But I think at some point or another, WCW was probably seen as too big to fail, too much money behind it, television deals, so many big names. And it got so bad that it ruined the habit of the typical Monday night viewer and went over to Monday Night Raw. Can we see that happen with the WWE? With let's call it 5 more years of 2026 quality wrestling, 2026 quality business tactics, 2026 quality matches and storytelling and feuds, 2026 lack of desire to push the new stars and focus on the existing guard. Can it persist long enough for the typical person to say, I think I'm done with this thing?
Is this before or after LA Knight wins? Because I don't want LA Knight to be.
Technically, LA Knight just never wins.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put me in this world that it's like that big washover and all of a sudden everything's gray world where you're telling me that can I handle 6 more years of LA Knight not winning?
I mean, Finn Balor fans have been dealing with 10. So you're only halfway through their misery, bud.
First of all, Finn Balor is now Win Balor. Do you understand? This man's on a streak. He
gets great. Pops. He gets good reactions.
I tweeted this, which you wouldn't know because you blocked me. Mm-hmm. But I did say that if I was a person and SmackDown was coming to my town and I knew I would get a guaranteed Finn Balor, I would think about buying a ticket to see Finn Balor wrestle as a babyface because it's actually kind of something. Mm. Did you think he would lose against the MFTs?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Especially Tala Tonga. How protected Tala Tonga typically has been. He beat him clean. He beat him with no shenanigans. He actually beat him while Tama Tonga was getting involved in the match. So that's actually like pretty impressive. So yeah, Finn Balor is doing some good stuff. But like, let's quickly put a bow on Saturday night's main event.
I know.
Let's put a bow on there.
The 2026, like what kind of world, how long we can be. The thing about WCW, what ultimately became its downfall, and there's like a bunch of documentaries on this, is that their booking just got so bad and everything got, priced themselves out. They couldn't afford the talent that they had, and then everybody was just leaving. And then the other side, like you mentioned, the product was getting better, but it requires another product to go to. And we've already seen that there's people in the WWE that are not going over there to the other side unless you get some big namers, dude. Unless you get some big names. If you get a Randy over there, you get a Roman over there, you get someone of that caliber over there in AEW that is not in their like prime, but is close to their prime, getting those dream matches, then that's when I think things were started changing. I think one of the biggest things that WWE did avoid to getting that first domino effect into that AEW was AJ Styles not signing to AEW and retiring completely. I think that did save them a big headache in the future because AJ Styles would have been a draw over there on the other side completely.
Sure. But that isn't quite what I was asking because that's an external factor doing something to damage the WWE. I'm more so focused, can WWE self-implode so much?
It can implode, but if people don't have nowhere to go, they're just going to stay in the rubble.
I get you. Okay, so they can continue to implode, but if they feel like there is no second home to go to that is a good alternative, which I think there is, but a lot of people don't, then it won't matter.
I think that WWE does believe that AEW will run out of its money too. I know they have infinite funds, but they're banking on that. One, they will run out of distribution. I mean, you already saw how close it was with HBO and all the acquisition of Discovery, going to Paramount and all these things. They're like literally one deal away from losing their distribution. Like, where are they going to go once they lose HBO, TNT, TBS? That's pretty rough for them to kind of continue sustaining their business, considering the majority of their business was that big TV contract deal that they got for distribution. You lose that, you can only lean on pay-per-views. How can you get people to know about the product? Maybe you go to YouTube, but we saw that already, that if you're just a YouTube-based product, sure, You're going to then rely on Google and their AdSense. Like, that's a completely different thing that you cannot sustain a roster on. So I think that's what WWE is playing for. But to go back to Saturday's main event, a pretty bow on it. There was good wrestling. There was good baby steps towards SummerSlam. You talked about already Fatal Influence, even though the in-ring was like the same old of them trying to screw them over, but this time Paige and Brie ran out of it. I do believe, you heard it here first, that Paige hopefully will get involved and be in the ladder match for to become the interim WWE
I like
champion.
that too.
If Paige becomes the interim women's champion and at the end of that rainbow is a match between Paige and Rhea, it'll be worth the wait.
Down. Yeah,
Damn.
To kind of piggyback off of what you said with the women's tag match, I said, and I ended up being right. I was like, this is probably going to be a forgettable, fine, not terrible, not amazing match that could happen on any episode of SmackDown. But what will make it memorable is if they make the correct decision of having Fatal Influence win. That's all they really need to do for people to fondly remember the decision to have this match on the show. And they did. So I'm happy that they did that. I wish that it was off the back of JC Jane having qualified for that ladder match, right? That would have been some really cool momentum for that entire faction. But at the very least, I think they made the right call. But before all of that, Sancho, actually, before we talk quickly about the rest of the card, I have to give praise about the existence of a pre-show, a match. It didn't need, all of this build storyline. It's just Trick Williams versus Laredo Kid putting on a fun match to warm up the crowd and the attendants and the people at home in a short but sweet but fun Obafemi promo. Thank you. I'm so done with talking heads in pre-shows. I don't care about you trying to be like College Game Day, like Sports Center. I don't need, I don't need former wrestlers giving me their insight on this fictional world. I would rather see more of the fictional world. You know what I mean? I'd rather see more of that. I don't want to see gameplay. Yeah, I don't want to see more. I don't want to see people telling me about Lord of the Rings. I'd rather see more of Lord of the Rings. That's that's what I think. And that's what I feel we got here with this pre-show. So that's why in my review, I gave it like a glowing thumbs up. I'm like, they did the lowest minimum effort of a pre-show. That's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be more than that, and it's great.
And it exposes the world to Laredo Kid a little bit.
Hell yeah, Laredo Kid was awesome in that.
Yeah, I like Laredo Kid, and the thing I want to talk about is that when you put that, I would have to say NBC and Peacock and all those kinds of things. Saturday's Main Event, they have backstage segments. It flows much more naturally than anything that ESPN does in their PLEs. Because in the PLEs for ESPN, it's match, commercial, video package, match, commercial. It's like so humdrum. But with the Peacock and the way the NBC, it feels natural. You have the reporters, you have the throw to the what does it call it? The Mean Gene, the Orkelin position. You have all those kind of things that kind of flows kind of nicely. What's missing is the kind of like that old school feel, and I do miss our boy Jesse Ventura. He just added a little bit something to it, He added that he could say anything at any moment's notice. You got to stick around for Jesse. Instead, you got Stephanie.
Yeah, I mean, I still like Stephanie. I think Stephanie's she's better than nothing. Jesse the Body Ventura. I do think that the Body was he's a deep
loose cannon, dude.
He's a deep loose cut. Cannon. Yeah, loose cannon, but it was so entertaining. I will say, I feel like maybe WWE took him off. One, because he's a loose cannon, but more often than not, when Saturday Night's Main Event would end, the biggest talking point wasn't what happened on the show. It was what Jesse said. What did he say that exposes the business? You can win by going out the door. That's what everyone talks. That's the only thing we still remember from that Saturday Night's Main Event. So, yeah, but I think Stephanie's fine. I don't mind that type of talking head because they were in the pre-show too. Okay, have that.
Joe Tessitore. Hey, everybody.
But you know what? I wouldn't love an hour of that, which is what they're doing in their pre-shows right now. That's all they're doing in their pre-shows.
You're messing up, man. I hate you. Do you understand? I hate you. I want to challenge you. You're ruining our bag. Don't you understand? That's where we fit in, you idiot. That's where we can fit in. You're so stupid. That's us. They could have easily put us on that talking head segment, you and me, dude.
You know what? I was going to say no way, but if they're dumb enough to partner with Neon, one of the most controversial, more often than not, if he's on in the news, it's for something negative of a live streamer, then hey, why not us? Why not us?
Why not? Don't you want to jump in? The rest of this cool, brother? Come on.
You know what? Yes, talking heads are dumb unless it's me and Sancho. Then that's
right.
Beautiful and sexy and amazing and will be a draw.
Yes, and we could talk about George R.R. Martin. Dude, it caught me off guard in the comments.
Yes.
In my chamber review, he goes,
oh, what did he say in your chamber review?
George R.R. Martin in the Patreon, by the way. Join in. Chamber Daddy is a fascinating character. I might add in the Winds of Winter once I find my motivation.
Dude, I've now learned George R. R. Martin is one of my favorite gimmicks in the comment section because I now gauge whether the product is good or not based on his comment. He'll be like, and for my Saturday night's main event review, he said something along the lines of like, I just really was not excited by that main event segment between Roman Reigns and Jalen Brunson. It really killed my motivation to write the Winds of Winter. But when it's good, he'll say that it's given him motivation to write another page of the Winds of Winter. So maybe that's what we need, WWE to be so good that we finally get George R. R. Martin finishing the Winds of Winter and maybe a Dream of Spring if we're lucky. See, Sancho, I'm telling myself that the reason this is taking so long is that he's writing Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring at the same time. That's what I'm telling myself, but it's a lie. He's just counting down the clock, bro. He has possession of the ball and he is killing the clock to die. That's all he's doing.
Evil Sancho West. There is no Glaze Factory. I hate LA Knight. I see it with Oba. All right. I kind of want to crown someone as this week's champion. Is there anyone that we sent between each other? Any comment that we can give the first ever Patreon gimmick commenter of the week? Because it is here in my mind, and I kind of want to give it to George R. R. Martin.
George R. R. Martin's good. He gives insight because so many people, like for example, we have Michael Jackson in the comments. All he does is go hee hoo hoo. He's not providing insight or commentary on anything.
There's the guy who claps on a plane. I clap on plane. Come on, dude.
There's so many dumb ones. There's just so, dude, our comment section has just, I don't know. I used to.
They got Mauro Ronaldo. Mamma mia, Sancho is back. Come on, dude. We got to crown a champion. I know you used to go for these. You used to go to our Patreon for insight, for let me figure out something. Let me know. It's gone. It's dead. You understand? Dead.
Yeah, the Patreon comments used to actually influence my opinions, and now it's just I think somebody is Cody's right ear. I'm easy to bleed, and then there was Cody's theme song replied going dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So dumb.
I'm you know what? For now, I could give it to George R.
Yeah, we'll
Martin.
give it to George R. Martin. Patreon gimmick of the week. There you go.
George R. R. Martin. There's another one that has the SummerSlam ticket links because their gimmick is SummerSlam ticket sales.
Oh my God. Lyra Valkyria was awesome on Saturday night's main event. I've talked a lot about her character progression here in my YouTube videos and in my reviews because she's on Monday Night Raw. I haven't really heard from you what you think about the presentation and unveiling of this new Lyra Valkyria. What do you think? And also, side question, was that Bayley's last hoorah in the WWE?
Bayley was emotional. She was very emotional walking into that ring or before when she was getting interviewed. Going to go Lyra, it's interesting because that was Bayley's gimmick. The one that was kind of losing it.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Right? And then we were wondering if she could pull it off, and they kind of pulled the ripcord on that. But I said this before with Lyra, it is a character that it allows the performer to do something with. And now you're seeing it where she's able to play freely, make these kind of big gestures, big grandiose type of promos. The promo she did in the commercial against Sol Ruca, like that was fun. Like her showing up with just her broken nose and all the rings around her eyes and just all the disheveled look. It's must see. But all that It's all surface level, and I like it. I like the way the car looks on the outside, but it's the engine. And what convinced me the most about this new vehicle, the new car of Lyra Valkyria, the heel, is that submission hold, man. Good Lord. That submission hold could win you a championship, a world title. On that, come on, man.
No, I don't disagree. The problem is 2026 submission holds against baby faces are dead.
I don't know, dude. That thing looked killer. It looked unbelievable against a Bailey, of course.
It did.
It did.
But we also had her once again, right off the rip, the babyface not tapping out. So is it only gonna work on baby faces if they pass out, which I think would be pretty cool. But you and I, we've had these conversations that in modern day wrestling, submission holds for heels, unless you're Gunther recently, actually, that's been like a recent uptick.
What did he tap out?
He tapped out John Cena. But you look at the rest of the gauntlet, and all of them don't tap out. They all pass out because they've created this notion that if you tap out, you're a bitch. Unless you're a heel, then it's okay to tap out. That's why I'm always worried about heels with submission finishers. So I hope that I loved it. I love that finisher, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, would they have, for example, a Sol Ruca tap out to it?
That's what I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of that. If I was Lyra, I would say I'm never locking this move unless they're tapping out. I'm not putting it on anybody until they tap out. Just like our zesty pin. We never would do that pin move unless it wins.
I agree. It is a protected move, copyrighted, by the way. Just wanted to let you guys know.
You notice the War Raiders do a zesty pin? I never noticed how zesty that pin was.
It's a very, very zesty pin.
Like, this is very zesty.
Like it's up there with Rhea's pin, actually, in terms of level of zest.
It's a double the zest because you have both of them on top.
Yeah.
It's very zesty.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
It ain't easy, but I like that Lyra, like I said, she's no longer this vanilla babyface. There's some flavor to her, and that's what makes it interesting to watch. I don't know how far it goes. I'm glad that they're not trying to add that layer of realism. I don't need an explanation of she's a schizophrenic or she's bipolar or she has two personalities. Just let her be. She crashed out.
Yeah, she's just different now. Boom. Buy it.
That's it.
And she's selling you on it. Let her sell you on it.
And I wish it was on commercial. I know the biggest criticism of this past Monday Night Raw was there's not a lot of ladies wrestling. There was zero. There was not a lot of and there was not a lot of women's presence in that Monday Night Raw. They were all on commercial. And if they were women on the wrestling, they were as secondary characters or ornaments for the men. But Lyra did a great promo against Sol Ruca, and I wonder if the WWE is willing to have Sol Ruca lose that title, because the longer it stays on Sol Ruca, I think that hurts her the most. She has to have like a tug of war. I don't mind a tug of war with Lyra. If they go back and forth and create like this series of winning and losing, DQs, title, loss, pass back and forth, I think that'd do great for both of them, because Sol Ruca feels like a Superman type of character right now. A
little bit.
Where she can't do wrong, little Supergirl type of vibe. She needs a villain, a Joker type of Batgirl and Joker type of scenario here, and I think Lyra could be that perfect one, because Lyra could work in the ring. Like we always all agree, Lyra's a great person in ring. She could do any move. She could tell any story in ring with ring psychology. What was always missing is when you put a mic in front of her, you just go like, "What are you saying?"
Yeah,
she went nowhere with her promos.
Yeah, I think she went from someone in the roster to, oh, that's Lyra Valkyria. She feels like a unique character in a world of big characters, right?
Beyond an entrance too, right? Just a.
So you bring up a great point. This is almost the anti-2026 WWE blueprint of getting over. She dropped her crowd interaction and her Fortnite emote and actually decided to become a character with layers, you know? And in the long term, I think that for a heel at the very minimum, it's definitely a beneficial thing here. But for a babyface, it feels like you need that crowd interaction, that Fortnite emote. But I'm really pumped about what they're doing here with Lyra Valkyria. Like really, really pumped with what they're doing here. I really, and maybe I'm reading in too deep into this, but I had Dijak, if you remember, on a live stream, and MXM and MXM, and they were the ones that said, like, when they put effort into your entrance theme and your
Triple
your
H, yeah.
presentation, that means they want you to do something good, to get over, to connect with the crowd. And it feels like they've put effort into the presentation. Now, of course, it goes hand in hand with Lyra going 130% on the character. But when you look at the WWE side, to give them some praise, it's a pretty solid, great new entrance theme that fits her character really well.
Yeah. It's
It
like
really, really fits the
like
character
a major
well.
key.
The lighting, the presentation changed the perfect amount to the character change that Lyra Valkyria has brought. So that tells me, Sancho, at the very least, as a player from the outside looking in, that both hands are talking to each other. The character, the performer knows what to do, and the machine is doing everything right to get that thing that the performer is doing over. You're giving me the perfect example of the opposite right now. And Gable, that doesn't feel like the presentation machine is behind him. That feels, the Gable stuff, it feels like they're like, he needs a Fortnite emote and he needs a crowd interaction thing, which seems to be the new formula for baby faces. Gable. Dun, 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 dun,
Doesn't it feel like they want to make him like an Ultimate Warrior type of cross character?
I think they definitely want the dad rock vibe, which I do think Ultimate Warrior had a little bit of that. Yeah, I think you're feeling Ultimate Warrior because of the beat.
The song, yeah.
It's very, very similar beats to the Ultimate Warrior theme for sure.
I was watching some old school WrestleMania, and then when Warrior came out, there's nothing beats that Warrior run out to the ring. Maybe Chad should do that.
Just he's gonna go sprint.
Put the little tassels on,
dude.
See, this is equivalent of those arm. This is the equivalent of those little thigh things that Cesaro used to wear, and that not all the ladies wear now. The little thigh bands.
Oh,
the thigh bands. Yeah. Cesaro started that by the way.
Yeah.
Remember that? The Swiss Superman wearing those things? Who was in the chamber, by the way? He was great in that chamber. But you know what? Who snuffed him out in that chamber? Who hit him with an AA on top of the plexiglass? Yeah, and then STF'd him and got him out.
We're so sorry for the 2010s, guys.
Hey, you know what happened? You know who came into that chamber? What family came in?
What was
family?
That? The Wyatt family?
Came in, and guess what they did to Cena? They hit him with the Sister Abigail and outwin Cena. And I was like, a lot of shenanigans in this chamber.
You're like right before WrestleMania 30 then.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan was there, and guess what they did to Daniel Bryan in that little moment? Like, oh, Daniel Bryan kicked in our RKO. Who else was in that chamber match? Or Randy Orton? Who else was in there representing the Authority? What figure was out there running around in the cage? He's a big old guy. Was a mayor. Kane, that's right. You
Corporate Kane.
Oh, wow, Corporate Kane. And guess what? Who caused the match of Daniel Bryan? Corporate Kane. Boo.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff back then, too.
There's a lot of bad stuff. And you know what? Who looked great with 2 belts? Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He had the 2 belts at the time. He had just beaten Cena for the other one. That's right.
I was like, damn, Randy looking good with 2 belts. You always literally shove my sandwich in my face when I want to eat the 2 belt thing. You know what I mean? I'm always like, ooh, this looks delicious. Why not we use this play? And you're like, no, never put 2 belts. But in this scenario, considering that we just talked about there's no women wrestling on Monday Night Raw, the biggest issue with that is because of the way they've been booking Liv Morgan on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I'm confused where you're going with this. Where does the 2 belt piece come in? Who are we giving that? That's what I'm concerned about. Who are you about to say to their you give that belt to?
The greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Make her a double champion?
I'm desperate here, dude. WWE doesn't know what to do with them. No one knows what to do with them. They're the most
How about we use them?
I know. They're the most talented.
We just use them.
They're the most talented, deep roster. And Denise and I try to like nitpick, like untie this knot of why is it not working with them. And I do think a part of it is there's a lot of stories that they had banked on Naomi and Bianca, and they're gone and they're not available. And at the same time, their hesitation to use the rest of their deep roster that they have, to pull up a Kiana James, to use a Jordan Grace. Like it blows my mind that when they decided to go with Tiffany Stratton against JC Jane, and they put Tiffy into that that bout. Now they could totally change it where they interfere and Tiffy now has a match and da 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 da. The whole point about it is it's like they have so much resources and they always end up using resources in one or two buckets. And that's what's driving me crazy.
Instead of using all their resources across the board.
Exactly. And then it's the case in point again. Queen in the Ring, you kind of use double dipping resources, and now you are again with this interim WWE Championship, and now you're double dipping again. And we don't even know who else is in it because they double dipped again when Nia Jax getting 2 cracks at it.
Dude, you're so right. Pointing out, yeah. It's silly the double dipping that's going on with the.
Why not give Lash that match to revenge her opponent? Like,
bingo.
Hello?
I'm with you, dude. I am so with you. Yeah, the women's division, it's self-sabotage from the WWE. There's no reason to not feature them. They are popular. They are very good in ring. They can tell great stories. I don't understand just not using your whole women's division. Like, it is kind of insane. And I know we're all over the place, but we always come back. It's kind of insane that the only major women's segment that happened on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw was Io Sky and Liv Morgan building to their Women's World Championship match, which should be, unless you, of course, you have Brock and Oba there, under normal circumstances, your second biggest match of the brand of Monday Night Raw for SummerSlam. And 2 weeks before SummerSlam, you're using them as secondary auxiliary characters in the Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio storyline and using that to build the match? That's crazy to me. That's insane.
The other way around. Should have been the other way around.
Sure.
Using Dom and Dan as his auxiliary characters.
I mean, I would argue they shouldn't be crossing paths anyway. But if you're going to cross paths, it should be the other way around. I 100% agree with you. Stupid, man. Let's talk about that tag match, though, real quick. We had Cody Rhodes and CM Punk beating Gunther and Sami Zayn. So it keeps the match at SummerSlam a singles match between Cody and Punk. And it's now confirmed that we're getting Gunther and Nick Aldis, with Nick Aldis interfering in that match and costing Gunther and Sami Zayn a spot at SummerSlam. What'd you think of the match before we unpack and unravel things? What'd you think of the obvious plot twist, but the right plot twist?
It made me feel like I wanted to see that Fatal 4-Way. It was actually pretty good, right?
I agree. There were I said in my review, I'm like, this felt like a Fatal 4-Way, and if that's how that Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam could feel, I kind of want a Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, hey, I kind of like this, but it was actually let Cody and CM Punk go. My biggest criticism of that is going into that. I was like, I enjoy Cody and CM Punk's feud, and I'm hoping that they don't pull some random small little tidbit, little hiccup, little you bumped me in the chest the wrong way, and they blow that out to be the 2-week run for SummerSlam.
That's what they did. That's what they've done.
I know. And then when it happened, I was like, oh, God, no. Hey, you hit me with your belt. What does that mean? I'm tired of this little brother treatment. I was like, no, you already doing the brother thing with Roman and Seth. You cannot do it again with CM Punk and Cody. And I've always said that the most interesting parts of CM Punk and Cody is their past, especially their past in AEW, and they're never going to talk about that. I would love for them to talk about how they are really good at politicking their way around another title shot. Instead, they don't do that, and I think now they decided to leech on this little disrespectful thing and to draw it all out. And this is where I get off the this is my exit here, But I thought the match itself was like, if you were to lead into a Fatal 4-Way, that at least gives Gunther and Sammy something to do, because I would have enjoyed that and then have Nick Aldis screw him over there and have that Nick Aldis screw over happen at that and screw over Gunther and Sammy, and then we get something interesting. But for them to pull the trigger on Gunther and Nick Aldis, I'm thankful for that because we've been asking for Nick Aldis to get in the ring, but this just feels like really bad timing because this puts Gunther in a handcuffed situation. Because can you have Nick Aldis lose and retire? Maybe, sure, to continue the career killer in Gunther. But this is a must-win for Gunther, brother. This is a must-win for Gunther.
Yeah, I'll give you my opinion on that, because I think Nick Aldis can lose. And I was racking my head around this, and I said this in one of my Hot Takes videos, that the win for Nick Aldis is showing that he's a good wrestler. That's the win.
Yeah, he can go.
Yeah, that he can go, that he can maybe be a full-time in-ring performer. That's the win for Nick Aldis. Gunther needs the literal win. If Gunther loses, this is a problem. If Nick Aldis wins, we'll still ask the same question. Was he good in the ring or not? Because if he wins, but he was bad in the ring, it's a loss. You know what I mean? But Gunther, the win's the only thing that works here for Gunther. There's no, honor in losing here for Gunther. Gunther will be a straight up baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. He's a baby back bitch if he loses to Nick Aldis here. Like straight up. They've already ruined him so much, but they have the opportunity to ruin him more, Sancho. It can go deeper. It can absolutely go more than 6 feet under.
I did not expect you to hit me with that. I sat there like, yeah. I agree, dude. It's a bad card to be dealt for Gunther. Must win against Nick Aldis. Where it should be like, yeah, Gunther's gonna win. How is Aldis gonna survive? That's the story they should be telling. And they only have 2 weeks to do it. I'm hoping that they inform the WWE audience that this dude is actually a wrestler, that he's not just some business executive. By the way, a big dude to be underneath the ring for so long. Massive man to be
Can I also add one thing? He is one of the younger people on the SummerSlam.
Yes. It blows my mind. He's presented older, and because he's an authoritative figure, but it's always like that when you watch the 80s and 90s movies and you see those people are like, wait a minute, the people in Seinfeld on the TV show, they're actually in their 30s?
I'm telling you, Jerry.
I thought they were so old. How do they afford all this? I'm happy for that. And I thought, like I mentioned, Saturday's main event, that main event in ring set up so much, at least for SummerSlam. The only person that's on the outside looking in is being a big Squidward is Sami Zayn.
Let's talk about that.
Well, because I predicted, I was like, you know what? It'd be cool if they do lose and then Sami and Gunther have a gripe with management and then Nick Aldis is in a 2v1 situation. Who's going to step up to help Nick Aldis? Adam Pearce comes in. Now we got a 2v2 tag team match at SummerSlam. I thought that would be a fine kind of go home complimentary. Here's your participation trophy for Sami Zayn. Put him on the card. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. And then I would believe if the Gunther and Sami did lose against him because, tag teams are always shenanigan filled. The point I want to make is I don't know if Sami makes this card at all, which is weird for a former WWE Undisputed World Champion.
That was champion less than like 3 weeks ago, might we add.
He was longer as a champion than more than he was not a former champion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. It's sad, actually. I think the odds are really low, but I don't think that they're zero. Okay, so they could go a couple of ways, right? They could either use this as a catalyst to get Sami Zayn into that match and make it a triple threat. He has all the justification in the world. Or you can use this as the further spiral into madness of Sami Zayn and use that as a launching off point for his further character development post SummerSlam, which would necessitate
Dasani?
him missing SummerSlam though.
Against the Dasani bottle?
Sure, why not, dude? My favorite thing that they've done is when he was like going to smack a water bottle, there wasn't one, so he walked to somewhere where there was a water bottle and then smack that one. That was my funniest water bottle bit.
Or he could go into a comatose like Johnny Gargano and just join in the planking.
I hate that. I think you're onto it. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think Sammy's gonna go comatose and Johnny Gargano's gonna wake up. Or maybe we have tag team comatose.
Comatose.
That's what I said. What did you think I said?
No, like duotose.
Oh, duotose. Comatose. There. I knew there was something there. I knew. Thank you. I'm glad. I started it. I'm like, Sancho, bring me in. I know there's something here. Did you see that Johnny's photo op with, I don't know if it's at SummerSlam or at Fanatics. It said he will be planking. Yeah, that's Johnny a selling point to me. I think I'd be more inclined to pay with him planking than not.
Well, I think because the people complained when he did it during the first time he was planking. Like I've seen people like, oh, I guess he's planking. I paid $60 to stand next to a planking man. Let's go down the roster of who makes SummerSlam and who's on the outside looking in. Who maybe who's on.
Did that come through? Oh,
no,
you didn't
not
hear
on me.
it. Dang it.
Or like who is on the bubble? Like who could get in? You know what I'm saying?
Who's missing the SummerSlam card? Let's get it.
Yes. Alpha Academy.
I can't believe they're missing it. I think they're missing it.
You think so?
Well, they made the tag team match on the Raw, go home Raw.
Oh, you're right. The old go home.
Dude, that's crazy to me because that was such an easy stat padding your SummerSlam card match.
Mm-hmm.
That they spent time on that. They spent months on the Maxine heel turn. They dedicated that really long segment of Maxine Dupree having her full-blown heel turn, turning on Alpha Academy, the Otis Love angle. Then they had this post-match beatdown on the last episode of Monday Night Raw. They put the pieces together to, I think, justify a SummerSlam match, like genuinely. And they got some big names in there in terms of like getting Braun Breaker and Logan Paul onto the card while paying off the Maxine stuff at a bigger stage. That was an easy get 6 people on the SummerSlam card, 4 in-ring performers, 2 valets, and Logan Paul and Maxine Dupree. That one's kind of wild to me that it didn't get onto the SummerSlam card and all those people subsequently.
Heel Maxine, man. Street Profits.
I mean, missing in action in general. Where'd they go?
Okay. I don't know. The Vision.
Yeah, missing SummerSlam.
Really?
I mean, it's what we just talked about here.
Maybe a 6-pack challenge. Why not?
No, they're missing. Unless something crazy happens in that go home in that tag match, it's missing they're missing SummerSlam.
Both nights. Dang. Bailey.
I think, probably missing SummerSlam.
Probably missing the entire roster, dog.
Yeah.
I thought her contract was up at the end of the year. Might be sooner. She probably asked for her release, if that's the case. And that puts her on ice for 90 days. She won't make Wembley.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting her more so for Wrestle Dream.
Oh.
Later in the year, because that's what Mercedes Moné had posted about.
Of course, Lesnar's there. I'm looking down, and Chad has a match, and Dom has a match. Dragon Lee.
Oh, yeah, he's probably missing it. He could do something fun there, but he's missing it.
Ethan Page.
Missing it.
Damn. With Rusev.
Missing it.
Damn. Ivy Now missing it. Grayson Waller missing it. Is Jacob? Jacob has a match.
Yeah, he has
JD
a match.
McDonough. He's the Veda.
He'll be there. He'll be there. Yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah. Javon.
Wild. He'll miss it. Wow.
Jay has a match. Jimmy has a match. Joe Hendry. Probably help out Danhausen, right?
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Can Danhausen, because Danhausen is the reason anything can happen in the WWE, right?
Sure.
Can Danhausen be what brings back Joe Hendry's supernatural deity powers?
Oh, I hope so. That'd be perfect.
That to me is the 1 ounce of hope I have that they can bring Joe Hendry back to being what he was. Because we talked about it already on the show. Right now, he's a dude. He's a guy. He's another body. They are not leveraging what made him popular enough to bring to the WWE in the first place. Can Danhausen bring that supernatural power back? I hope so.
If I was Joe, I would just run in there and get electrocuted.
Yeah, dude, yeah, I'd be looking to get electrocuted, right? If I'm Joe, just to get my powers back.
Because he does have a segment with him in the go home.
It's a concert. Yeah, they're going to do a duet concert.
Okay,
I'll say this. I think Joe Hendry will not have a match, but I think he will get involved. He'll be even out the numbers in that SummerSlam match.
I think Danhausen pulls out he'll say his name and he pops out.
Yeah. I like it.
So Maxine won't make SummerSlam. Heel Maxine, man. I'm looking at of course Oba. Yes. Penta has a match. Raquel.
I mean, her Intercontinental Championship match before SummerSlam. That would have been another easy stat padding your SummerSlam card match.
Rey Mysterio.
Is he?
Could he do?
Could he do something in the Danhausen match?
Ray?
Yeah.
You just want to throw in Ray?
His son's in there.
My God, a clone Ray? Rayhausen?
Dude, if there's a clone Ray, that'd be hilarious. With like a black and white mask for Danhausen, that'd be kind of cool.
I'm in.
I don't think so. I think he's gonna be busy. He's a AAA general manager. He's a busy man.
Does Stephanie Vaquer return here?
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we get Stephanie Vaquer at SummerSlam.
She was at Fanatics Fest.
Yes, she was. That's part of the reason why I'm leaning towards yes. I'm gonna say yes, Sancho.
I feel like she is sorely missed. It's like one of those things like you didn't expect it to miss it, but once it's gone, it's gone. You're like, oh damn. Now looking at
do we? I think we miss her more because of WWE's lack of doing anything in her absence. It's like, wow, were we really that dependent on Stephanie Vaquer to do anything with Liv Morgan?
Good point. That's a valid salad. When's the last time you ate a salad? Have you been afraid? You've been afraid of eating salads and berries?
You know, not berries. I'll eat berries. I don't really like salads though.
Yeah, but what about salads with this new fear of the explosive diarrhea for like 2-3 weeks?
We didn't have that in Canada.
Doesn't matter. It'll get there.
You think so? You think this? You're kind of crazy that they blamed that on Taco Bell, right? Even though it was the lettuce. Taco Bell is just like, yeah, that's just what we have been doing to people. Yeah, this is it's what we do.
Get it?
Hey, enjoy the show. It's all part of the show. Yeah, if anything, I'm like, yeah, that's just on brand for Taco Bell. This is just free advertisement. It's what we do. Oh, I should have tweeted that when the story was going around about it being Taco Bell. This is what we do.
Looking at the SmackDown side of things, Jade and Jade's baddies, I think they'll be there with that ladder match.
They'll be there, yeah. All three of them will be there.
Is it crazy that she just basically got a free ride into that ladder match? Because what's a bummer is like Nia Jax versus Jade. That was like the first rival that Jade had in the WWE. Yeah. And I was like expecting like a big banger match between the two, at least something.
Dude, that was canonically the dumbest thing Charlotte could have done. I'm going to help my mortal opponent. Why?
Jade.
Yeah. It should have hit. Because if she
hit Nia.
Boom.
Go.
That's the big, way more revenge than what you did.
It reminded me of one of those when heels are a champion and when heels beat up and interfere in the match, and then all of a sudden it's a triple threat because they beat up the number one contender. All right. Baron Corbin. Will he make SummerSlam?
Oh, that's a really interesting one.
The Meat Master.
That's what they called me in high school. Anyways,
wrestling has more than one meat factory.
Okay, I'll ask you this real quick. What would you prefer? Trick versus Mello or Trick versus Mello versus Corbin?
The triple threat, because Trick versus Mello is a Mania match.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, you're wanting to push the culmination of Trick versus Mello till later down the line.
Well, I feel like even though NXT fans know how great that is, I don't think it's maturated like to the point where it needs that conclusion in a wrestling match. And at the same time, I thought they would do that with Cody and CM Punk, is keep pushing that away till Mania by having that fatal 4-way. But I just think like, let me see Baron Corbin act in the biggest stage. Let me get him out there. Let him deep six somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
End of days.
Dude. I wouldn't mind a deep six. Good old.
The Meat Master knows this.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, but there's a difference though. I think that Cody and Punk, they could have easily extended it to Mania because people would have been patient for it and waited for it because it's two big names. I don't know that people will have the same patience. More importantly, I don't know that WWE will have the same level of patience for paying off Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes all the way at WrestleMania. So I'm concerned.
We're talking about 6 months?
Yeah, I'm concerned if they don't pull it off here, that they're just not going to pull it off ever. That's actually my big concern. I think Corbin gets on the card, but I'm actually not with you. I think I would prefer just a singles match, but you got Corbin here now.
Where does Corbin go then?
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't counting on Corbin. Now that he's here, he probably should be in that match. I'm just saying I would prefer, based on like where the pieces were on the chessboard, to have run Carmelo versus Trick. But now that you have a new fighter has arrived, I think you should have Corbin in there.
Blake Monroe.
Yes. I'm going to say she gets in this ladder match.
Yes. Does she win the ladder match?
That'd be fucking sick if she won the ladder match. Because I love that they're not shoehorning her to one division, to one person. She's just attacking everybody. She's just attacking everybody. So you could do this if you wanted to.
Oh, I already see it. Blake's in the match. It's one of those things, bell rings, Blake's there, and everyone jumps her at the beginning, as they do, because she's picked on fights with everybody. She's third party everybody. And then, then she comes out and she wins on top at the end of the day.
Wow, that was real masterful, Sancho. You added nothing there.
Celebrates by biting her finger on top of the ladder. Come on. That's how WWE does his booking. That's how WWE does his booking.
You asked for the stage like you had something masterful, and I'm not exaggerating. All you said, okay, hang on. Hear me out. This is going to be amazing. I already picture it. She gets attacked, and then later on, she climbs the ladder and wins.
That's if it happens, someone edit this all together. If this happens. Does Candace make the card?
You were going to have something a lot more elaborate than or
does Candace make the card? Does Candace make the card?
Does who?
Candace.
Backstage segment.
Okay. They don't have those anymore at Peely's.
Oh, that's right. I'm such a fool. I'm such a fool.
Of course, you said Mello. Yes. Charlotte. Yes. Charlotte. Does Charlotte make it the ladder match? You have to, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Chelsea? She has to make that ladder match, right?
We're running out of people for that ladder match if we had Chelsea in there.
There's only 5, right?
There's only 5. We already have 2.
Tiffy, Jade, Charlotte.
Blake Chelsea?
Blake Chelsea. That's fine.
Yeah, all right. I like Chelsea in it. Give me Chelsea.
Is the Wepa King?
No.
Wow.
With who? What tag team match? With who?
And with what battle shall the Wepa King fight for? He is a king with nowhere to fight. Does Drew return at SummerSlam?
No.
Wow.
Do you think he returns at SummerSlam?
No. I just want to, wow. What about War Raiders?
No.
I'm surprised they don't have that match, the Wepa King versus the War Raiders with R-Truth. Like that right there, right? The stat padding match right there.
I agree. Right? It's a stat padding match, but I doubt that gets onto the SummerSlam card.
What about Like a Thief in the Night?
I'm sorry, who's that?
Fatal Influence.
Oh, yeah. Wow, you did such a poor job of doing the rendition of their song. That was unrecognizable.
Your turn.
Like a thief in the night. I didn't have to do
you get a little sensual with that. Okay.
God, I love their AI theme. It's so good.
Is it so AI? Good.
Yeah, it's confirmed it's AI. Or like has a lot of AI usage in it.
Oh,
but it's sick. I don't care. Anyways, hire real singers, whatever, man. It's a good song.
Did they make it?
No.
Damn.
Because JC's already eliminated, right? From the ladder match. That would have been our one way in there. And I don't think the women's tag titles have enough runway to build. I think their SummerSlam was Saturday night's main event in MSG.
Does Finn Balor get on the card?
He's just he's in the MFT circle right now, and I don't think that there's anything there for a SummerSlam card. I think he's going to be a big player in the fall, though, but not
Who are
SummerSlam.
the elders? Who are the elders that they speak of? That Tama speaks of.
Don't worry, they'll forget about that they said that in 2 weeks.
Mm.
They'll forget.
Julia, is she fooling you still?
Yeah, she's fooling, man.
Okay. Looking at the rest, Johnny. Does Johnny G in on the card? Johnny Wrestling? Johnny Plankin?
I said yes to Candace, so I'll say yes to Johnny in a backstage segment.
Jordan Grace?
No.
Kiana James?
No.
Kevin Owens?
No.
Kit Wilson?
Yes. As a zombie. He'll get in there and during the I think it's gonna be Danhausen line rules. I think they're gonna do a comedy bit of like Bloodline rules, but with Danhausen.
Can we talk? You did not put Kit Wilson in a fumble. And that was a fumble from the WWE, dog. Kit Wilson. He was doing something. He was a TikTok viral hit, and the WWE said, we don't want this.
Yeah.
We're not ready for this.
Yeah.
Do you see that elbow drop? Kit Wilson with that elbow drop? Come
beautiful
on.
Beautiful on good old Mr. Roll. That's where he debuted.
Your boy.
Yeah.
Your boy.
The fella.
Your boy.
I'm going to say yes. Miz, yes.
Zombie Miz?
Yeah, Zombie Miz.
And we got a little boat. Little boat will be there?
Yeah. You think we'll have the boat man?
Would Lash be there?
No. No, I don't think so.
Nick Aldis has a match.
Yeah.
Our Truth, you said no. Did we get a returning Randy here?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say if we get a returning Randy, it'll be on the follow-up SmackDown.
Okay. Ray? Phoenix?
No.
Ricky Saints?
No.
Nakamura?
No.
MFTs?
No.
Okay. There you go. That's the roster.
Oh, is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Because Tiffy's already in.
That's right. Taffy time. Bang, 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 bang. Better than your renditions. I don't care, man. Anyways, well, speaking of SummerSlam, we know who we think is going to make it to the card and who doesn't. Did you see that they're actually moving tickets now after doing the big ticket sale with tickets as low as $25? Kind of crazy. You make the show affordable, and all of a sudden,
where are the seats? $25.
I'm assuming it's the worst seats in the house.
I looked this up. Go ahead. Keep.
Yeah, you have to enter code JJets to get those $25 seats. But I think it also lowers the price of all the other tickets as well, or maybe it's just select tickets, but they move tickets like crazy. There was one stretch of Wrestling is Cool to Wrestling is Cool where they only moved like 400 in that week. They moved like 5,000 tickets for each individual night in just the last like 5 days since the announcement of this sale. And it's just such a simple formula. You make things affordable, people are willing to go.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the map and like it's all grayed out in terms of seats.
It's bad. It's still bad. Yeah. They did increase the capacity to 31,000 people. That is still less than half the capacity of that stadium. You probably shouldn't have been in that stadium.
No, it's like insane. I mean, I've been there. Well, no, I haven't been there, but yeah, that stadium's massive, dude.
Yeah, man. It's 75,000 people. That's the capacity for this.
Jeez.
And with floor seating, they've capped it at 31,000.
So the cheapest ticket without the code is $70, and that's for nosebleed.
For individual night or 2-day combo?
Individual night.
Okay. I think that checks out. This code that's probably what unlocks the $25 seats.
$50
it's possible
off.
It's very possible that the $25 seats are sold out now as well. Maybe. I don't know.
You know what? Second row, how much that cost you?
I'm going to say
the highest ticket.
I'll say second row. I'll say it's still around 6,000.
Camera side.
6,000.
You're not. For one
night though. For one night, I'll say 3,500.
Oh yeah, 3,300.
Okay. That's roughly what that Survivor Series ticket cost me.
Really?
Yeah. But that was when they were unapologetic about their pricing.
Okay, guess how much being on the rail is though?
I would have
On the
figured
entranceway.
less, but it's more? Wow. 4,500.
It's same price, 3,300.
Okay.
33 like $10, but I guess that's a good seat that way you're on the camera side and you could go like this.
Yeah. Dr.
The
Ox
person.
is out to play.
I came to play.
Yeah, man, it's simple. I said this in a few of my videos. What I thought was kind of corny is even creators. I saw creators doing this, like blasting WWE and making fun of them for the $25 ticket sales. Is like, yo, this is what we've been bitching about. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been wanting. Well, why are you trying to shame them? I get it that we got here because of the wrong reasons, but we got the thing that we wanted. This should be, pop confetti up in the air, pull out the champagne, okay? The good stuff too, because now we can afford the champagne and SummerSlam tickets. We should be celebrating this, not, blasting WWE and calling them an embarrassment or whatever for giving people $25 tickets. This is what we want. We want this for future shows, so don't make fun of them. Tell them good. Thank you.
I don't know, man. It's just for me. It's not about. It just feels like it's not done out of. Hey, we want to help you.
Of course, it's not, Sancho. We're not in that position. We are in a beggars cannot be choosers position. The point isn't how we got here or the morality behind these tickets. The point is cheap tickets, good. That's it. Cheap tickets equals good. That is the simplicity of this equation here.
I guess so, but does that mean would you do it for $50 being that high up?
Yes, for that. Yes, absolutely.
You would go to SummerSlam for $50.
That is a great use of your night for 50. Let's call it
for
$50.
Nosebleeds?
Yes. $50 for a 4 nights of wrestling, for 4 or 5 hours of wrestling, whatever it is. If you get there early to have some beers, whatever, feel the vibe or whatever, that is worth it. That absolutely is worth it. Here's the thing, Sancho. You are coming from the highty-tighty, I watch WrestleMania 39 in the box seats. Somebody needs to fill the nosebleeds. Somebody can only enjoy the show in the nosebleeds. And for that somebody, I would rather them pay $50 instead of $250.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
It is what you're. It is. You're an elitist. You're an elitist. Oh, I play with Nick A30, so I would never sit in the nosebleeds. That's what's happening here. You elitist. I only sit in the box and have caviar and champagne with my wrestling.
It was kind of funny. That's why I was there with Greg Miller, all right? Or hanging out with
former WWE superstar Greg Miller. You're out here rubbing shoulders with former WWE superstars, and you don't even think about the little guy at the nosebleeds now. Ew, pathetic. Who would sit from that far up there? Really?
Don't start with me. Don't start with me, mister. I'm the #1 Club WWE sign-up.
Oh, stop it. You have spread this fake-ass news that I'm the #1 Club WWE. That is BS.
You have the card that says #1. Sign these up. That's you. Yes, you are. Don't lie. I know it.
I did not pay for it. I signed up to get information on it.
You sign up and
don't change the subject.
#1.
$50 you from all the way up there?
What I'm saying is, going back to piggybacking on the comment that I had last week, it's like the experience does not equate watching it from home with all your foods and all the big screen and the best available seat in the house is at home. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like the $50 to go, to pay for the parking, to go for travel if you're flying in from out of town. That's $50 is great for you if you're already in town, but you're not gonna do. You're not going to get a hotel. You're not going to go all that for no.
Yeah, look, if you're going to go through all that, you probably want a better seating experience. Yes, I agree with you. But we are talking about the people that were entirely priced out, that they've always wanted to go to a wrestling show, and the only way they can get in is nosebleed seats, but even those nosebleeds were unaffordable. I'm here for the little guy. I'm here stepping up against you, the capitalistic pigs, all right, that want those $300 nosebleed tickets.
No, no. Well, a question though, does the product match the price? Like, would you go, I'm getting a great deal because the product is this? Because a lot of people are saying, like, if the product was absolutely the best, you would pay whatever price to get in the door,
Sure.
which was the WWE's
That's a
mentality.
fundamental law of business, right? If it's worth
Mhm.
it, you pay for whatever the price is at the end of the day. I mean, you're telling me that $50 isn't worth the programming? I think it is. I think we're getting $50 worth of programming. I think that's where we're at. I think the ticket sales, the ticket pricing for many of these tickets is reflecting the quality of the product. I do believe that. Now, 3,600, like, they're still very expensive tickets, don't get me wrong. Now, you didn't put in that code. I wonder what that $3,600 seat, what maybe that would have become. There's still obviously very premium select seating that is very expensive and unaffordable regardless. But it's just the cost to get in, having been as I remember it being like, wasn't last year's SummerSlam like the nosebleeds being like $400 for an individual night? Like it was crazy. It was crazy what they were charging.
I would look
So
this up.
I do think that the pricing and the lowering of the pricing is indicative of the quality of the product and more so aligning with the quality of the product.
According to Fandango, original pricing for nosebleeds tickets for 2025 generally started around $25 in a limited pre-sale and promotion drops, while other upper seats range between $50 to $150 before secondary markets. Leading up to the weekend, resale tickets could be found on platforms like blah, 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 but that's what they say.
I don't remember seeing $25 tickets last year.
I don't know. I mean, we're all I think what the end of the day is, we should not hit them over the head for dropping the price.
I agree.
And it should not be seen as a negative.
I
think what's hurting their product is them coming out the gate with the high prices.
I agree.
And then, like you mentioned last week, it's like everyone's just going to sit on their hands and just wait for that discount. Like, oh, we're just going to wait. They'll get desperate for my money. I will wait. I do declare for them to drop the price. But by then, I think what's hard is for those visiting fans from overseas, the people coming out of state, out of the city. Those were the ones would be tough to kind of get those last minute ticket sales. Because how much was your ticket for the nosebleeds and SmackDown for that video you made?
For which video?
The video is like the worst seats in the house. Like, remember that video? You were sitting
Yeah,
at the
80 Canadian, so around 60 Canadian. But that's a tough market, Toronto. That's a tough market, yeah.
And what did you say? Like, and I think the conclusion of the video, which you should go watch on his channel, was that it was fine experience, right?
It was fine. Yeah, it was a really, really fun experience. I enjoyed it. I felt like I got my money's worth and I had a good night. Now, of course, this was in a vacuum, like not having traveled and flown in and gotten hotels and all of that stuff. Like if you were already there, $60, I enjoyed my night for $60. Yeah. So yeah, don't listen to Sancho that you need to only get the caviar filled luxury suites. Okay, you can enjoy wrestling without that. Let's move on here, Sancho.
Yeah. Let's bury me and then move on.
We had Fanatics Fest this whole weekend. You saw everything that went down with Neon?
I did. I mean, that combined with everything that was happening in Streamer University. So it was all like one and the same, it almost felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I made a video where that was the main topic, so I've kind of already shared a lot of my thoughts. Ultimately, I came down and I sent the video, like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I came down on weirdly defending Neon. Because clearly there were, for those that don't know, the story is Neon is a live streamer, controversial live streamer. Very important to point that out. So very interesting that Fanatics would even work with Neon in the first place, because he has a bag of problems leading him up to this point in his career. He's in the backstage area of Fanatics. He sees Stephanie Vaquette. He starts a conversation with Stephanie Vaquette.
it's a content creator holding area. So it's like
Yes.
it's a lounge area. It's not like a locker room or anything like
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Leon's live streaming. He's been given permission to live stream, and in that live stream, he catches Penta without his mask. Penta says, "I wear a mask. Can you
that. He
delete?"
has makeup though.
Yeah, he
He
does
has
have makeup. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you can't really make out what he looks like. And then, of course, the internet went crazy and blaming Neon that he's doxed Penta and all this stuff whatsoever. I came to the weird defense of Neon as a content creator, saying if he was given permission to live stream there and Penta was told he could take his mask off there, the person to blame is whoever gave the conflicting information. It's just as simple as that. The venue, whoever the host of the backstage area is, that is the person that you point the finger at. You can't blame Penta for taking his mask off when he was told he could and be safe there. You can't blame Neon for live streaming in an area where he was told to live stream. I will say, fascinating that they allowed live streaming in that section, because as somebody that's done like vlogging and stuff in certain areas, that's been invited into backstage areas, more often than not, it's no filming, no photos, no live streaming. And sometimes these venues go as far as making me sign an NDA to like legally bind me to not do any of those things. So fascinating that in a lounge area, because even remember, you know TwitchCon in our partner lounge area, there's no live streaming there. There's no live streaming allowed there at all whatsoever. So I think it's a very peculiar choice that you allow live streaming to occur in a place where the talent, right? The animals from the zoo are allowed to figuratively and literally allow their masks to slip, to just lie back, to chill, to be more human than character. To allow live streaming there, I think is crazy. Which is what I want to talk about, you believe we're getting work, brother. You believe that this is a work, that this is leading to Neon and collaborating with the WWE, having a match with Penta? What's happening here?
If there was a problem with Neon, he wouldn't have been at ringside after that.
I agree. I don't know that that's indicative of like a work. I think it's indicative of WWE realizing, yeah, obviously this is not your fault, dude. Like you can't blame him. He didn't do anything wrong because he didn't.
But then why have people posting videos and him posting videos and clips of Dominic Mysterio flicking him off?
I mean, I think that's just Dom.
I know, but it's adding to the work.
Yeah.
Is it going to be something big like him in the ring? No, it ain't going to be that.
It's just streamer clip collaboration. That's all it is. I think that's all it is.
And I'm sure, dude, this is why it's Penta, and this is why they did it, because they knew it would get clicks. And it worked. It did work. WWE gets clicks, and Neon is unfortunately one of those guys that could take it. He's one of those content creators that could take controversy and keeps going forward.
I believe the term is he is easy to hate farm. I believe that is the term, hate farming. And yeah, I mean, he's king of hate farm.
Oh my God. Why are you like this?
What?
Why are you? I believe the term that they use
is it not?
Hate farm. Oh, this is not peak. What are you, Joe Tessitore out here? Look at it's Neon, the ultimate hate farmer.
Yeah, I don't think this will work. I think it was an accident, and I think all sides
work.
Yeah, I think all sides are just going to move forward. It's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you didn't mean to do that. You didn't maliciously do anything here. That's how I just see it. Maybe they turn it into something because it did go viral.
Why would Penta jump to the point that it's being like, can you delete it, like record it, like the footage? I don't know. It felt like it was too. Like it felt too, I don't know. It felt like too many blocks fell on the line for everything, and then for him to be out there, and then for him to get like flicked off by Dominic, like all that. It's just there's too many things that are just now lining up too much. You know.
I think at the end of the day, it's a non-story.
But did you see what they did with AEW and Agent? And I'm sure somebody in the WWE saw that. Where Agent went and live stream AEW's the Beach Bash thing. I think they saw all the integration, and someone said, "Why don't we get streamers more integrated?" I mean, they already did it with Kai, and they did it with Speed, and they're just trying to do it more and more. And I think that you're going to have more. I'm surprised they didn't ask you.
I mean, I'm not on any close to the level of these guys in terms of viewership. Like, yeah, they're looking for the, and I
New
also
eyeballs.
I'm sorry, pardon.
New eyeballs.
Oh,
They
I
don't care
thought you
about your.
said you like balls. I'm like, first of all, that you're right. That's where I was gonna go. I think they want new eyeballs. I don't provide that.
You think I would say I like balls out of
No, I
nowhere?
thought you said you like balls. New eyeballs.
Yeah,
you like balls. I thought that's what you said. It kind of sounds like it, right? New eyeballs. You like balls. I wonder what George R. R. Martin thinks. I wonder if so far this episode is motivating him to write more pages of the Winds of Winter or not.
That's the point, is they don't care about your eyeballs. They don't care about the eyeballs you bring, because it's already the people that already watch the product.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they cut out the reactions. It's because it's like these people are not bringing in the new eyeballs, which they were wrong, because we definitely did brought in the new eyeballs. They were just exploiting the eyeballs that we already have in this balls.
Yeah, shout out the balls, man. Speaking of balls and deflated balls, Tom Brady might be joining the WWE. Another little Fanatics thing. Him and Logan Paul continuing their feud from their 7-on-7 football game from earlier on in the year. Tom Brady slapped Logan Paul as if there was like a mosquito on the side of his neck. It was like
that was crazy.
It was one of the weakest slaps I've ever seen in my life.
Was it?
I think so, dude. It looked like
It was a big Paul, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't have Tom Brady as my number one pick in power slap. I'll say that after seeing that slap. Weak slap. That's a 6-round slapper right there.
What about Jack Swagger?
Oh, he's a top 3-round pick. He's got a good slap about him, right?
He already lost though.
Yeah, that's why I said top 3 round, not top 3 pick.
How much would it take for you to do power slap?
0. Literally, there is not enough money in the world.
Oh, come on. Everybody has a price.
I don't have a price for instant brain damage.
Has a price, Santi.
Okay, like $10 million, I'd probably do it. I know that's
low.
Yeah, that low. $10 million is a lot of money. Like, no tax on that $10 million. I do it 100%.
I like how you're like, no, wait, man, $10 million. Right?
Okay, if you're gonna actually throw a couple mil my way, then mayhaps, me lord, we might have something here to converse about. Tom Brady joining the WWE just kind of continues the trend of like attaching themselves to the mainstream, to the athlete. Hey, if we work with Tom Brady, please ESPN, can you please feature us on SportsCenter, please? Does this do anything for you, Sancho? You excited for the GOAT, Tom Brady, to get into the WWE? He seems very serious about it, too, from what he's been saying.
What's the end game? I knew immediately when he was started to throw pro wrestlers underneath the bus that they're soft, but like, if Tom wins, then he was right.
He proves it right. I don't know. I mean, who can eat that? Logan Paul, right?
Because he's not in the eyes of everybody a pro wrestler. He's more of an influencer, and even though he is a full timer, I don't know. Is it him? It's not a match like Floyd Mayweather, right? Right? It's not that. No, Tom's not getting in the ring, is he? No,
I don't know, dude. Would you like to see him more as a valet, manager, character?
That's where I would like to see him at just sitting at the ringside, sit him in the fans.
Okay, but you would have never expected at face value that Jelly Roll would have gotten in the ring, and then he ended up impressing people with the things that he's done so far in wrestling. But also, Jelly Roll is a big fan of professional wrestling and understood, hey, maybe I shouldn't be pinning Logan Paul or Drew McIntyre. In fact, it should be the other way around, and I should be getting pinned. You know, like that's a guy that is self-aware of pro wrestling and the stigma that like celebrities must win. Tom Brady doesn't bring that to the table. Tom Brady is probably just like, yeah, I think the play is I win, right? Like, you know, big celebrity pop. I stand tall. I get the confetti. It's different, right? Because Jelly, I think, was trying to play with the convention, work within the conventional realm of wrestling, but a traditional celebrity appearance does not work in that traditional realm. You know what I mean? So I think it stands to reason that Tom is going to win. He's going to win. So maybe not the best thing to have Tom Brady calling pro wrestlers little bitches, basically, which is what he did the first time around.
Unless we have his arch nemesis arrive.
Oh,
The one
Peyton
man
Manning?
that always.
Oh, Eli.
Come on, Santi. What are you doing, man?
2 Super Bowls. Beat him in 2 Super Bowls. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His kryptonite. Eli sucked too. He was
good.
trash. He was trash compared to like Peyton. And yet Tom Brady owned Peyton in the AFC. Owned Peyton. Peyton was so much better than Eli. And then he runs into Eli in 2 Super Bowls and then loses both. It's crazy. It's crazy. Bananas. That David Tyree catch, the Velcro helmet catch. Never forget it.
So I think Logan Paul brings out Eli.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Now you're getting into the things that people are starting to hate.
Sure. But unlike the Knicks thing and the Knicks fans, I am self-aware that if you're not a fan of Tom Brady and a fan of the NFL, that you're going to hate this. I'm a fan of the NFL and I'm a fan of the players and the culture, so I'd probably enjoy this. But again, at least I am self-aware to know that if you're not into the NFL, you're going to hate Tom Brady being a part of this.
But does the WWE, who is self-aware that should be, care?
They're not self-aware, and I don't think they care. And even if they were self-aware, they wouldn't care. They have one mission: be mainstream. They are trying to rub shoulders with the mainstream giants to get a little bit of that rub. And if they can even get 1% of Tom Brady's fan base to take a look at WWE, they'll consider that a win. If they can convert a few thousand eyeballs that have never watched wrestling to tune into the Tom Brady match, they'll probably consider it a win.
Do you think Speed returns back in the ring? I mean, after performing the World Cup?
Dude, he might be getting too big now for WWE.
You think so?
Dude, performing at the World Cup is insane. That is that's way bigger than performing the Super Bowl halftime show in terms of number of eyeballs. And after the Super Bowl halftime show, you and I both said, I think Bad Bunny might just have gotten too big for WWE. And maybe that's the case here with Speed. I mean, it might be a little bit different because Speed, he's not like, week to week on the level of a Bad Bunny. This really was like a perfect storm with FIFA and how it all went down. But that thing was seen by like billions of people. Billions. Crazy.
It's his own song too.
Yeah.
And he had a longer segment than Shakira.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a WWE superstar. WWE is like, yeah, congratulations to our WWE superstar Speed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, good for WWE to have gotten the Speed rub before this because Speed's going to blow up and more Speed fans are going to be born and made, and they're going to look at Speed's history and find, what is this thing that he did with WWE, and go back to watch it.
So you think he's too expensive now? The asking price is too high.
It depends, man. Like, does he love it? I think that if you love it, the asking price will never be the reason you do it. Does he love professional wrestling? I don't know. I don't know Speed. If he wants to do it again, he would.
You gotta love wrestling if you take a Braun Breaker spear, dog. Come on.
Yeah, dude, that's still one of the gnarly. Dude, that GIF is still the funniest thing. Just the Braun Breaker blur running back and forth, killing poor Speed.
He did, and you know what? Who helped? Who he eliminated? Who did Speed eliminate?
Otis, right? Did he not eliminate Otis?
Oh, there you go.
Hey, thank you. I'm still the wrestling trivia guy at the end of the day. That's my roots. That's my primordial soup.
Never forget your roots. Never forget the roots.
All right, Sancho, shall we get into new heat order here?
Don't leave.
Don't you dare. Peace out. And I will read names at the end of this. Don't leave for that either.
The new heat orders, the buzz, the pizzazz, the excitement that we look forward to on a week-to-week basis. Unfortunately, I think there's going to be a couple of, at least one lady superstar on this.
I have one that'll be on there. She might be top 5 for me, and I'll try to make the argument for her if you disagree.
Okay.
But let's start with one. Jalen Brunson, of course, the king of New York. I'm walking here.
First off, How dare you, sir? Can I
What?
give a special shout out? On the top 3 is going to be LA Knight, and I want you just shut up and you listen.
Oh, okay.
LA Knight, first time in a long time, cuts a promo
Go to one.
as the main event promo, by the way. Very reminiscent of a Stone Cold in terms of where he was on the show, and a Rock who would just cut a promo in the main event and wrestle the main event against Jacob Fatu, and a great kind of go home type of segment for that match on the card. Am I wrong?
Sancho, I'm with you here so far.
He's turning the corner, right? You see him. He's in the lead. He's turning that corner. He finally feels like he's getting the permission to do what he does. And the less the WWE puts restrictions on him and they trust him more, and the way he feels comfortable, that he feels loved, because the man does feel like he has imposter syndrome. If he is able to shake all those things, he will produce. And that was a great 1-2 punch from LA Knight on Monday Night Raw.
Did you dislike him taking the pin? What did you think about that? Of him losing to Jacob Fatu? Or is it kind of like washed because of like the nature of the finish of the match being so,
it was all shenanigans.
Yeah, all shenanigans.
All shenanigans.
I agree with you.
You're forgetting the moment where he hit Jacob with the BFT and there was no referee to count it. So
and he had the match won. No, fair. Yeah,
he had the match won. He had it all done, but then all the shenanigans happened. But for me, the win was LA Knight given that slot to do a promo on what seemed to be whatever he wanted to say. He looked upset. He cut a promo about Solo. Why does we need Seth Rollins? We don't need Seth Rollins. And then he pivoted because the crowd was talking about OTC. He was like, funny that you said OTC. He conned you all, And then he brought up the thing about it's funny how Roman, they all wanted him to be me. And he couldn't be me. He just begged for your likes. He begged. And now here I am. I'm me and this and that. And interesting. Sometimes
I really like the promo, dude. I liked it.
It was a good promo. But that Roman stuff, I think that makes the WWE uncomfortable. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm with you.
That was not in the playing field of what he was supposed to talk about. But because the crowd led him there, he went there. And the question is going forward, is the WWE going to allow him to do whatever he wants? Because the more restrictions you put on him, the more he gets in his head and the less confident he is. And that reflects on his promos and reflects in his in-ring.
Remember the time? Yeah, I mean, remember when he held up the Jey Uso sign? We want LA Knight, not Jey Uso?
The dude is walking. He feels like he's walking on eggshells. You telling me he can't grab a sign from a fan and hold it up and then he gets roasted for it? He gets chastised for it. And I think that's where it is. If you listen to Chris Van Vliet. If you listen to that podcast with LA Knight, that man is a man who is suffering with doubt. And every moment he does. And it's so interesting when Van Vliet's like, hey, yeah, man, one day you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. And LA Knight's like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Me being the Hall of Fame? Sure. And, Chris Van Vliet's doing his thing, like trying to pump up his guests. But LA Knight's like, I'm not ever close. He's like, I doubt I will ever be asked back in the WWE. And can you blame him for the way he's like currently positioned in the WWE? Why would he ever be a legend and, sit in the crowd and wave, hey, guys, to everybody out there? No, I think he just rides off in the sunset unless he starts winning some gold.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but like you just don't have too much time to pull that off, man. Where the thing is that unfortunately WWE discovered LA Knight too late in his wrestling career.
Well. We have one shot.
One opportunity.
Doctor Strange style, brother. And that's Money in the Bank. Without gravity. Number one?
I don't know.
Danhausen? Cat?
I mean, Nick Aldis kind of, as I'm kind of feeling him.
Aldis.
The big kind of twist of Saturday night's main event followed into the big.
You just want to see that big bodice without a suit on, dog.
I mean, wouldn't you?
True. I wrote down Nick Aldis on accident, but I kept it. Number 2. We got a number 2. No love. I have no love for Roman and Seth and Jalen and Tyrese. They're not even in my top 10. I don't even care if it's for the wrong reasons.
I'm with you.
Is there a Cody, Punk here, Gunther, Sammy here? Or are we going to Lyra?
I'm going to Lyra. You read my mind. I'm going to Lyra. That's who I've been the most impressed by this weekend.
Number 3, Danhausen. Big match for Danhausen.
Sure. Yeah, we're there. Danhausen, sure.
Can I put some love for Cat at the top 10? Well, choke slams.
Let's save it. What about JD McDonough? Somewhere on this list.
I just don't like the way his like he's like wanting the money back, and he feels like a goon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fair. I agree with you.
like he just feels like a dumb goon. Where I always liked him like trying to fit in with the Judgment Day. That was fun. Him trying to be in between Finn Balor and Dominic. He's not doing anything interesting, but his in ring, it's just he's wrestling. That's always what makes JD so great. Any love for Finn Balor on being on a win streak?
I like Finn Balor. Here. Yeah.
Finn Balor at 5. Finn Balor at 5.
Ooh.
Keep it 5. Finn Balor at 6.
Dude, this is a really unique week because it's just like, yeah, our typical names aren't really there. Okay. Yeah, give me Finn Balor. Yeah, okay, I'll take it a 5. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put 5 on it. Let's see. Any love for Trick?
Not much there. What? We gotta have Baron Corbin. He just debuted.
The Meat Master.
Yeah, the Meme Master. We should probably have Baron Corbin on here, right? It was this past
Baron
Friday.
Corbin.
That was his debut.
No,
it wasn't.
No, he had a nice vignette, and he said, "I am Baron Corbin." Referring to that tweet.
Yeah,
Any love on that
Baron
the big cast? The big cast.
I'm excited.
Vignette?
That big cast vignette has me pumped, but it leaves no room for Enzo. Right? This seems like a more serious character.
What do we have here? A couple
haters.
So big cast at what, 9?
Oh, he hasn't debuted. We can't really use him.
He's on the vignette. The vignette's getting you pumped.
All right, 10.
He's not a veer.
10.
Okay. Big cast. Any love for Cody, CM Punk? You hit me in my eye.
It's just such a dumb storyline. You hit me in the eye by accident. Well, it was an accident. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. But this isn't an accident. So dumb. Yeah, they got some heavy lifting to do with that storyline. They really do.
Okay. Any love for Oba? That was a fun little thing with Oba, right? The money thrown in Oba.
Sure, that was fun.
That was fun. Oba got a match against JD. JD took that crazy. You know what? I'll put JD on this list. You're right.
Yeah, he did a lot this week. He
did a lot this week. I'll put him at 8.
Sure.
JD.
What about Alpha Academy?
It's the best thing out of that storyline is the Alpha Academy.
It's the Alpha Academy, yeah.
I could put him at 9. Because they're still Alpha Academy.
Yeah.
Any love for Maxine? Maxine, man.
Heel Maxine, man.
We have 4, 6, and 7. What about Gable? Gable and Penta.
Gable.
They work together. Any love for them? Any love for them?
He just didn't. I mean, Gable was. Yeah, they were fine in the match. Yeah, they were good. I mean, what about the Fatal Influence winning the tag titles?
I like that.
Yeah,
but
I feel like they did something more meaningful.
Yeah, but Jesse J not making it kind of hurt. You know?
It does hurt. I don't disagree. But I think the tag titles
I'll put him at 7.
Big. Yeah,
I put him at 7. And you know what? I'm happy that you see Paige being the interim champion. I cannot wait for you to take my idea and put it in your own video and make it as yours.
And give you absolutely no credit. That is what we do around these parts. It's what we do.
Number 4. Shout out to Rhea Ripley for vacating her title, though.
She didn't vacate it. That's the problem. They made it an interim champion. She did not vacate. Stupid.
Do you think they... Stupid. Okay, we have 4 and 6 available. Champ.
Is Champ there? I don't know, man. It's a weird week.
Can I put, this is where, okay, how about I shift everybody up and put Cat at 10?
Sure. I mean, I think we should. Penta was a big conversation point because of the neon stuff.
I honestly didn't like that. It did not enter my realm, and I didn't really care to engage with it.
That's fair enough.
For
It was
me.
all over mine, but you know.
I mean, I was hunting sprites.
What? Hunting sprites?
Yeah.
In what?
In
What is that? Is that a Fortnite thing? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hunting sprites.
What
With
did
the
I mean? Like
nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
What did the sprites do? Like, do you like
They're
not
like
like them?
digital. They're like digital Pokemon. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought it was like the drink Sprite.
No. They're like little dudes. You go out, you find them in chests and game, and then you collect them. You put them in your collection.
Oh,
So it's like you could pull one that's like 0.00025 out of a chest.
Yeah, it's fucking
It's
sick,
really,
dude.
it's really cool.
It's fucking sick.
It's sick, dude. Yeah, little Mountain Dew, dude. Any love for Taco Bell? Is what we do. All right, like, okay, so if I move everyone up, that basically leaves like the 6th spot open. Who's at 6?
Or
Or
we
who's
put
at
Danhausen? Danhausen did a lot. He was such a huge
Danhausen's on here.
focus of the show.
He's at 3.
I mean, to the point where Meltzer's like, yeah, they're overusing him and running him into the
I
ground.
don't think they are. I think my fear for Danhausen is that they need to show him that he could wrestle more. They need to show us that he could wrestle.
It always is baffling when I see him wrestle, though. It's just like, whoa, I forgot you wrestle.
We have a 9 spot open. That's where we're at right now.
Oba?
Hey, look at you, the number 1 Oba train conductor, just throwing him out 9.
There's just nothing. There's just nothing there this week for Oba.
Wow. How about recaps?
Recaps? Yeah, man. Shout out to recaps. Seth Rollins? Oh, no. Give me Solo. Give me Solo. I really like the Solo promo, bro.
Okay.
I really like that Solo promo.
Okay, I'm putting Solo at 5 then. Okay. I love Solo. Solo's doing some fun things. Okay, and that suit's so bright red. Here's the list. Number 1, Nick Aldis. Number 2, Lyra. Number 3, Danhausen. Number 4, Finn Balor. Number 5, Solo. Number 6, Fatal Influence. Number 7, JD Mack. Number 8, Alpha Academy. Number 9, Big Cass. Number 10, Cathausen.
Beautiful. Good stuff, man. Good episode, folks. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. Of course, a special extra thank you does go out to our $15 patrons. They are the producers.
Oh, God.
Of what?
Oh, God. I'm just worried about these names. Go on.
We'll see what we get. All right. So shout out to $15 patron. That's his name. Toasty Ayo Salguero. Acknowledge the pressure. I realize I can now read the full names. Patreon is out of the ability to click on the names without it taking you to a different page and making me lose where I was.
A lot of clicks got to do.
Yeah, but now it still has them ... but I can click on them without losing where I was. Active D4C, Adam Freeburn, Aiden Fortner, Aiko, Abreem Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex Brewer, Alfie the Chosen One, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, Antony, Erics, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Arturo Gonzalez, Ashley Raynoel. She's told me like 5 times how to say this name, and I always forget. Ozzy Kingslayer, Alwyn Dargan, Baldy, Batman, Ben Phillips, Be Hostile, Big Cat, Blenda, Bluefish, Booker T, Braden Primo, Brandon Barger, Brody Cyphers, Bubba the Big Fella, Bunny Swags, Cameron Waring, Cameron Talks WWE, Carlito, CB, Chad, Chance Painter.
Time out. I love your thumbnail for the Penta and Neon thing, and they're both have their mouth open.
Dude, isn't that great? I love that thumbnail.
Pretty good.
Chance Painter, Charlie Crabb, Chris Butner, Lucas, Christian Anderson, Chucky Gonzalez, Clayton Walford, Coke Bottle, Cool Whip Tim, Corey Lyles, Crispy, Daily Vloggers, Ixquit Fam Vlogs, Damian Martinez, Dan Schubert, Darth Squiggles, D. Lopez, Dr. Doom, Dominic DeCoco, Dr. Johnny Sins, dude, I think I know that guy. Drake Hughley, Dylan, Eagle Steve, Eclipse Wrestling Federation, Eddie Leahy, Eggs Toast, El Juan de Americano, El Joshi, Elmer Rodriguez, Elvis DePresley. Erdem Yasushi, Eric S., Eric Rees Romero, Ethan Richardson, Isach, Minnesota resident, Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Freddie Trejo, Frenzy Wrestling, Fresh, The Only Gibby, Freezer, Fugnux, Gavin Talks About, George R.R. Martin, Gilbert Deans, Goat Man of Cheese, Godspeed, Goonhausen, Goose Lesnar, GXA Man, Heath Robertson, Henry Volpel, Hey Shakes, Home Youner. I can't think of a funny name this week. Ian Keltz, Ilya Drag Your Nuts, Al Magic, Isaac Clark. Issa says Soul being champ before Roxy is insulting.
I like that.
It's Astro Kid, Jack Ghibli, Jack Harris, Jackson Key, Jacob Saffel, Jassu, Javier Rodriguez, Javier McDuffie, Jeremiah Alston, Jeremiah Finley, Jay Uso, Jahihi Ahihi, Joe Benitez, Joe Exotic, Joey Romig, Jonathan Cox, Johnny Owens, Jordan, Jose Olivares, Juan Vega, Juliana Sarfi, Julian Wainwright, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Vega, Kevin Clark, Kilo, King James, Cody Barker, Kyle Hart, Lawrence Richard, Liam, Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Look, It's Pac-Man, Wepa, Luis Jimenez, Luisito El Calvo, Luke Star Gaming, Madison Moody, Majed, Manny Benegas, Mark, Marty YCSM, Mason, Matthew Oberg, Maxine Hendricks Theory, Melisandra, Micah Davis. I wonder what she sees in her flames this week, Sancho. Michael Morname. So I'm realizing that all the gimmicks are $5 patrons, and only the Game of Thrones gimmicks have paid the $15. Melisandre and George R. Martin, seemingly. Miguel Paredes, Mohammed Al-Banai, Nate Finley, Nemo, N. Freezy, Nicholas Protopapas, Nicholas Kyle, Nicholas M., Deskevich, NyQuil Pad, Odin Sword, Oliver Hammonds, Oscar M's, Pat R., Pat Mick Mark, Peak Angle, Pennywise, the used car sales clown. Oh man, Prince Vegeta. Hiya, Georgie. Can I interest you in a 2008 Corolla? R-Truth, what's up? Raiders for Life, Randomly Chosen, Rainier Neko, Reaper God, Ricky Dutcher, Rose City Savage, Robbie, Roy Alexander, Ryan Halberg, Ryan Muniz, Ryback, Sadie Brink, Sami Zayn versus Triple H's water bottles. Sancho is Oba's glory hole. Sancho likes drinking orange juice after brushing his teeth. Sancho's a baddie with a fatty. San choke on these nuts. Ha, got him.
Damn.
Santi is Sancho Zaddy. Santi West and Sancho West in an alternate universe. Sauce God, Savage Fields, Scott Rico Gaming, Seth freaking Rollins, Shane, Sean, Sheldon, Shitstain Nakamura, Sky, Slayer, Smeg, Stannis the Manus Baratheon. There's another Game of Thrones gimmick right there. I think he was talking about burning his daughter earlier in the comments. Yes. Stay True, Sugar Shane, Super Malachi Galaxy, Tai Long, Teddy Long, SmackDown General Manager, holla, holla, holla. That's why we do what we do. The Gable, Patriots own the Chargers. Tickets guy, please. Vanilla Joe Rilla, the LA Knight, Mega Glazer, Jacob Kufis, The Final Boss, Bloodline Rules, Tom Dodd, Trevor Harder, Tristan Repko, Turner Dahl, Tycho, Tyler Logan, Tyler McGarry, Unknown Zero, Utah Beach, Venom D, Tyler Verzo, Voidsy, Wade Ravage, Juan Pablo III, Wayne Heiser, White Mexican, Why Does Sancho Play Elevator Music During WM Review, William Newton, Zach's Mira, Yo Girl Side, York V2, Zach Holdwig, Zay2K, and the man, Becky Lynch. Thank you all for subbing at the $15 tier here over on the Patreon. We appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for your support. Make sure to check out patreon.com/SantiZap for all of the Patreon content. You guys take care and be wonderful people. Goodbye, everybody.